So just got done watching the debut of Victor Wembanyama, a very highly anticipated debut. Unfortunately, it did not go the way the Spurs fans would have liked it to go. They lost 119 to 126 to the Dallas Mavericks, but I have quite a few impressions about Victor Wembanyama. I thought it was an up and down game, but there was a lot of good that came out of this game, and it's positive outlooks for really the Spurs in general. So for San Antonio, the big thing that I liked is they came out with energy. The crowd was hyped. They were playing off the crowd, and you could tell that they were really ready for this game. They definitely showed up and showed out. Victor Wembanyama got an early block early on over Kyrie Irving, then came down, knocked down a three, and the crowd was going crazy, and they really fed off of it. And I really liked what I seen out of San Antonio outside of Victor Wembanyama, who also played well. He had a good first quarter, then he got in foul trouble. Once Victor Wembanyama got in foul trouble, he kind of disappeared. He went from 2 quick fouls in the first quarter to another couple of fouls in the second quarter. Third quarter, barely played any, and we didn't really see him towards the end of the fourth quarter when he finally came back in. But when he did, he came in with 6 points, and he finished with 15. That fourth quarter was really good. Got an alley-oop, knocked down another three, knocked down a mid-range jumper. Victor Wembanyama, when he wants to get to a spot, he's going to get to a spot. And him being 7'4", a lot of times those shots are going to be uncontested. So as long as he can continue to shoot the way he did today, and I'm not expecting it to be just as good as it was today, but if he can shoot a high clip, I mean, the potential is clearly there. And you can see that Victor Wembanyama will be just fine in the NBA. You still want him, in my opinion, to bulk up a little bit. I know they played him way on the wing, and I think that's going to be the plan for probably the majority of his career, is going out there and playing in the wing. The Spurs basically are playing positionless basketball with Sohan at the point. Technically, you had Devin Vassell out there, so you have guys, but Sohan's primarily your point guard. Wembanyama is almost like a 3, essentially, how far out he's playing. I mean, the majority, he went 6 for 9 from the field, 3 from 5 from the 3-point line. So essentially all his shots were almost 3-pointers. So he's playing out there, and I like it. He's able to bother the opposing wing, right? He could get his hand up, get a shot contested, and then who's going to guard him? If you put a big out on him, you are sacrificing having a big down low in the paint. If you have a guard on him, he could shoot over the top. And we have seen that. He's going to be a matchup nightmare. And I think the sky's the limit, really, for Victor Wembanyama. He may not have the crazy stat line that we have seen from like a LeBron, somebody has the hype, but he's going to be able to do a lot. And sometimes his impact will be worth more than just the stat sheet, what the stat sheet shows. So I think even today, I mean, finishing with 15 points, he had 5 rebounds, had 2 assists, had a block, had 2 steals, but he was pretty impactful when he was on the court, especially in that fourth quarter. He had the 5 fouls. That is going to take some getting used to. I think he's going to have to get adjusted to how the NBA is called and the physicality, what he is allowed, what he isn't allowed. A lot of opposing guys are going to try to bully him because he has that smaller frame. He's going to try to fight back, and when he does, he will get a lot of calls called on him. But for a first NBA game, I think this is a positive for really them and the Spurs. I also like what I've seen out of San Antonio. It's still a tough game to judge because clearly the Mavericks don't believe in playing defense. We've seen none of that today. No defense really being played from Dallas. Even with the addition of a Grant Williams, they just were not playing defense. So we'll get a better judge in future games, but a promising debut for Wembanyama and the Spurs. Now, going and taking a look at the Dallas Mavericks, they did not play defense, but I mean, they look like the Dallas Mavericks. I think they'll be a team that's going to compete for a play-in position. I don't think they're going to get one of the guaranteed seeds. I just don't see them as that type of club. But what I did like was Lively. Derek Lively, the second man, he looked really good. I mean, first NBA game, he looked like a veteran out there, though. I mean, he needs to start. He needs to start. Technically, Kleber gets to start at center. I would not be mad with Lively getting the start moving forward. I mean, he gave you 31 minutes. I think he started the second half. Once they found out that he needs to be out, he was plus 20, plus minus, the highest plus minus of anybody on that Mavericks roster. He did it all. 7 for 8 from the field, 10 rebounds, 16 points. Derek Lively, he earned some more playing time today. He definitely earned some more playing time today. So we'll see how that goes. Kyrie Irving had an off day. He had an off day. He showed his ability to finish at the rim, but other than that, really could not buy a three. He went 1 from 8 from the three-point line. His shot was just off. He got blocked on his first shot attempt by Wembanyama. I do expect that to change. The player as talented as Kyrie, you just know he's going to have those games. He did manage to have 22 points at the end of the day, but that was off an inefficient 10 for 24 shooting from the field. Luka is Luka. He's not going to be the most efficient scorer in the world. He only went 3 for 11 from 3, but he happens to make timely threes for the most part. He finished with 33. He had some more timely threes in this one in that fourth quarter that really helped propel him to victory. So for Luka, he's going to fill out the stat sheet. He did that here: 33, 13, and 10. Not the most efficient in the world, but really for Dallas, they will win games just off of the offense. And there's going to be days where even both Kyrie and Luka are on. Tim Hardaway, he warmed up a little bit in the second quarter, then he cooled off. The defense is going to be the major issue for the Dallas Mavericks. If they can figure that out, I think they'll be okay. If not, play in, that's the range for Dallas. So we'll ultimately see what happens. I don't want to make this too long, but that is pretty much my initial thoughts of the Spurs, Mavericks, and Wembanyama's debut. I'm looking forward to it, man. I seen the hype all around. People were talking about it everywhere. And Wembanyama, he may have disappointed some people, but in my opinion, he is what we thought he was. He's everything that was advertised. A big, lengthy wing, essentially, that could disrupt a lot of guys, that could go down, grab rebound. Super creative with the ball. For that size, we've never really seen anything like it. He could put the ball on the floor. I mean, he was hitting the step backs. He's 19 years old, man. You guys just hope no injuries just from that size. You know, historically, we do see injuries from players that size, but as long as he stays healthy and as long as the Spurs play him and don't rest him a crazy amount of games, the Spurs will be a much better team. And that's not saying much because they weren't that good before, but they'll be a pretty good team, man. I'm impressed with what I've seen from the rest of that Spurs starting lineup. Trey Jones did okay, but the rest of that Spurs starting lineup I thought played really well, even when Victor Wembanyama was out with foul trouble. But that is my thoughts and opinions. What did you guys think about the game? And what did you guys think about Victor Wembanyama? Were you impressed? Were you a little let down? Let me know you guys' thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. It's DLloyd. I'm see you next time. Peace.